Yes, so let's move on to the penultimate song that we're going to be talking about today. And that is coming from one of the last remaining ones in the first semi-final, and that is Russia. And Russia will be represented by Manizha, and her song is Russian Woman. And if you've never heard of Russian Woman before, well, this is your time to shine.
А чё ждать? Встала и пошла. Every Russian woman needs to know you're strong enough, you're gonna break the wall. Every Russian woman needs to know you're strong enough, you're gonna break the wall. Что там хорохорится?
This song is definitely growing on me, and I sort of knew it would because when I first heard it, I didn't quite click for me, but on paper, it has all of the elements that would make an entry that I love. Now it's on Spotify, yay! And I have been able to listen to it a little bit more, and I have been able to explore it a little bit more. And it's very much still at the stage where I appreciate it more than I love it. But I'm so glad I got to hear this music. I am so glad that Manizha has unleashed this song upon the world and that it is representing Russia. I think it's interesting. I think it's innovative. I love her lyrics. I love everything that she has to say in this song. And even if it's still not quite clicked for me, it's definitely growing. And I really want this to do well because I think this is exactly the sort of stuff that we need in this contest. I think it is exactly the sort of music that I want to be hearing. Something that is challenging, something that is a bit different, something that is powerful. And I really like it for that reason. I can definitely see this qualifying. I think my only sort of worry about it might be that that sort of experimental type of music might split the vote with Ukraine, who are also in the second half of this semi-final, and also have something that is quite experimental, even if they are different genres. Um, I'd love both to qualify. I think both songs are fantastic, and I just hope that it connects to the audience and that the audience understand what she's singing about because it's so important.
I really, really have grown to quite like this. It's a massive grower. I haven't edited my top, but I think when I first listened to it, I think I placed it around 21st. Where that was kind of place, I like it, but I don't really care about it. However, in time, this has really, really grown on me, and I am a little bit worried about its chances, but I also could see a potential for a shot top 10 here. It's one of those songs that could really place anywhere. I'm not sure what the juries are going to make of it. It's quite experimental, and a lot of that experimentation has rap involved in. I know that jurors don't tend to vote for songs that have raps in them, but we've seen that change a little bit in the recent years, with Soldi doing much better than I thought it would do, Toy obviously winning the contest. However, I don't know if the jurors still have a bit of a snobbery towards rap, and if they do, that could really harm Manizha's chances with the jury. However, I do think the televote will really get behind this because I think this is a song that really, really has something to say and is so important. And I feel like a lot of the Eastern Bloc that are in this semi-final will definitely get behind her and vote for her simply for this. Like you have Ukraine, we could have Belarus, and I could see those two countries showing up a big televote support for Manizha, and that will push her. And I feel like if the message gets around about what the song's about and what it stands for, again, we'll see other countries just fall and vote for it too. So yeah, I could see this potentially being a borderline, and the reason it's a borderline is more to do with the jury than the televoters. I do think televoters will get behind this. However, we've seen in the past with experimental sounds, we saw like with Line in 2017, we've seen with Igranka in 2013, the jury could just absolutely tank this, and it would be a real shame if they do, but I could see it happening, and then it places around 12th in the semi, even with a good televote score that I do think it will get. So I'm concerned, but hopefully my concerns are wrong and the juries have evolved with the times.
Right. So I never thought I would be saying this. But I actually think Russia is now my number one. And that's saying something, as, you know, if you've listened to the podcast before, you'll know that, you know, I am a bit of a Ukraine stan, and a lot of the time Russia's music, Russia's songs really don't hit the same sort of note for me. This has completely blown everything that Russia has sent since Mamo out of the water. It's diverse, it's different, it's challenging, it's new, it's something that you would never see a country like Russia ever sending. And yet it is. It's mental. I have to say, I am really quite saddened that, you know, Manizha is still getting absolute hate purely for the fact that she is not ethnically Russian. She is ethnically Tajik. And yet she is getting abuse from not only just people in the street, but politicians as well. And it's crazy, you know. But if anything, this just goes to show, this just proves her point. You know, Russian women are strong. They are going to break the wall. They are going to bounce against the wall. You know, they have to, because it just seems like being a woman in Russia is just like sort of you're fighting a losing battle almost. I am in love with this instrumentation. I think the song, I need the karaoke version ASAP. I love the fact that it's in Russian as well. Obviously, there's little bits of English in here and there. Manizha's voice is fantastic. I do prefer the live version over the studio version. So if she could have superimposed like the live version into a studio version, then that would have been fantastic. But alas, we can't really expect that technology or whatever. But I love this. I think it's going to do well. It's obviously going to qualify. I don't see why it wouldn't. You know, you have some other big hitters in there who are going to be more likely to vote for Russia, for example, Belarus, if they are allowed to participate. Ukraine's televote will be quite high. I just think it really could be a really interesting way to go. And when it comes to the final, I this is where I think maybe Russia might fall behind. It might get sort of just under top 10. But honestly, I mean, with the amount of stuff that she's been going through, fair enough, you know, like that is still a respectable result and she deserves the world. And also, listen to a few of her other songs. Nyedoslavyanka is absolutely amazing. You need to listen to that. It's so good. Anyway.
A message to the haters. Have you tried not feeling hate? Have you tried just feeling sorry?
No, I've not actually, but I do have a German friend who might be able to help, if that's the case.